Hello, Mustang fans, and welcome to another episode of the Mustang Owners Podcast. I'm your host, John Clore, along with my co host, Mike Ray. And whether you've known Mike from, I don't know, way back Team Mustang, or maybe it was Roush or Celine or the Mustang Owners Club of Southeastern Michigan, or me from my days at Auto Week magazine, or maybe Ford Special Vehicle Team or Ford Racing, or now Ford Performance, we want to know you through your Mustang story. And that's exactly what we have tonight, Mike, a Mustang story to end all Mustang stories about a Mustang lover that went out and did something about his passion for cars. And I don't know how you got this guy, Mike, but you know people.
Well, I've known our guest for a while, and through his whole basically career journey, and it's been nice to watch him grow, and got something really cool to talk about tonight.
Well, that's why we're going to welcome Chris Cervenka of Modified Muscle. Chris, thank you for joining us here on the Mustang Owners Podcast.
I'm a long-time listener, excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Mike, he's a longtime listener, so can't you send him a gift now? How many
That's your
people
job,
came
John.
up this past weekend? Mike just had the 50th anniversary of the Moxham event called Mustang Memories at Ford World Headquarters. And Mike, I don't know about you, but so many people came up and talked about the podcast. And I got to tell you, Chris, just having people that like to know the history of the car, some of the people involved at Ford, and some of the crazy owner stories we've had. It's wonderful to hear that you actually like to listen to that stuff.
Oh my gosh, everyone has a Mustang story. They keep saying that, but I mean, anyone you come across, whether it's a personal one or their neighbor had one or their aunt had one growing up, everyone has a Mustang story.
Well, we followed your path a little bit for a while. I know you're rocketed to the stars through your work with CJ Pony Parts, and then you had some kind of an epiphany. Mike was telling me, I've been waiting for Mike to have an epiphany so that we can jump into that world. And we're a little slower on the social side because at my job, Mike's trying to move sheet metal, and I do 270 emails a week, so it's not fun to. I wish I could be more on social, but Chris, you really taken that and said, you know what, I can do something this with your passion for Mustangs. And then where did you get this idea to say, well, there's a business case somewhere in all of this? How did that come about?
I mean, years and years of being on Facebook and Instagram and seeing everyone's hardships and trying to get rid of their parts, right? And their cars. How much is my car worth? Oh, I'm posting this up for sale. And it's like, oh, you're a lowballer. Oh, this, that, and the other. It's just one story after another. I got tired of seeing it. I had a great experience in selling my GT350 through Bring a Trailer and really loved that kind of white glove experience all the way through. And I just wanted to take matters into my own hands and I had an opportunity to do so. So that's what we did.
See, Mike, did you hear that? Mike, are you writing this down? Here.
Yeah,
Here,
it's all up here.
Mike, take this, write that down what Chris did. The problem with that, Chris, is that you can say that, but getting that opportunity, you got to know what you're going to put on that platform. How are you going to be giving a value? Like Mike always says about his club, I want to be the guy that creates an experience that is better than the other experiences. Why you join Moxham instead of other clubs? Because I want that experience to be great. So you must have had it in your head. You're going to bring some experience to the table when you're selling parts and cars. How can you make it better? Did you come up with a formula? How did that happen?
I mean, it was gradual throughout the years. My full-time job is actually with Continental Tire.
Mhm.
Absolutely love my day job, but this has become a nights and weekends passion project that's slowly ramping up into something more, which is great. Who needs sleep, right? But to answer your question, um, there's an opportunity, right? Because you have that bring a trailer white glove experience for a lot of people who have collector cars. But let's be honest, the larger part of the bell curve in terms of the Mustang community doesn't have a super crazy collectible Mustang, right? They are buying the blank slate that Mike potentially sells them and modifying it to their taste, adding spoilers and splitters and wheels and tires and suspension and exhaust and intakes and superchargers and making it their own. And that's one of my favorite parts about the Mustang community, just as a whole. So taking my decade plus of experience in the Mustang aftermarket, helping people modify their cars, helping people create that piece of art that they're going for with their Mustang, and wrapping in that auction side of the coin where seeing all those hardships on especially Facebook Marketplace. It used to be Craigslist and forums. They have their spot too, but unfortunately, it's Facebook's kind of battling for the number one spot between forums there, but ideally grabbing that opportunity, kind of positioning it in between the cars and bids, right? That's kind of for everyone, eBay,
Yep.
cars and bids, etc. Bring a trailer for the collector guys. Then you kind of have modified muscle marketplace for the guy that may turn his own wrench or take it to a reliable shop, but the car's done right. Um, so do everything I can to vet the car before actually putting it through. We put a SEO friendly listing, take their details, their build list, their photos, etc. Put together that custom curated listing, put it up on the site, up for auction, and bid away.
Well, Mike, I know in your business, it's a matter of you talk about this all the time. It's a personal relationship business. You know, whether if you're in sales, Mike, most I'm sure of 90% of everything you deal with is starts with a personal relationship. And with, in my opinion, with modified muscle, it's an entity that It's not like, no offense to all the people out there on Facebook Marketplace, but I've heard, Chris, I've heard some horror stories, and Mike, I'm sure you have too,
Oh yeah.
especially with high end like superchargers and wheels and tires, where you
Mhm.
think you're dealing with the right guy or the guy's trying to scam you. They don't have a reputation. It's just Facebook Marketplace, and you go, oh well, But with Chris, you've got your name. They're on your site, and people expect a certain level of authenticity.
For sure. And I've been very fortunate and humbled to have built a little bit of a following in the Mustang community from a social perspective. So leveraging that and using my name as a hopefully a label of credibility when it comes to the dealings with whether it's the auction or we haven't even talked about the parts side, right?
Yeah.
I'm plugged into distribution and I have over 4,000 parts listed on the site so people can buy brand new parts for their vehicle on the site and shipped right to their door, or even list used parts that they're trying to get rid of out of their garage as well.
Well, Mike, aren't
Chris,
you?
you're part of Friends of Ford as well, too, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
So that dates back to 2022 with the launch of the 2024 Mustang, which was an incredible experience and super blessed to have been able to be part of that program all the way up until today, where technically, I guess my title is a Friends of Ford leader, where my expertise is in the technical side, which makes sense. I help people with parts and things. So.
And Mike, isn't your business now, your dealership, looking at the parts side, because people that buy these cars are chasing them? Are you doing something on parts as well? I mean, how does that work with the
Yeah,
dealership?
we're getting ready to launch Gorno Performance. So it's going to be just a performance based section of the dealership that I'll be running. And one that made it famous was Lebanon Ford Performance in Ohio.
Mhm.
They just took it to another level. So it's going to be something along those lines to do it. A lot of other people really couldn't perfect it there. But I was actually on the partnership side with Lebanon because I was at Roush at that time when they were putting the Roush
Right.
blowers on them. So I kind of got that idea of it. And John, the fun fact of this whole episode is Chris's current car, I sold him.
Come on, that's not fair.
Yep.
Wait a
And
minute,
it's a bad car too.
you
It's really, really nice.
some business dealings going on there, and of course, Chris, you just couldn't leave it alone. Maybe you saw
Of course not.
some sweet parts. The problem that I've had, the stuff I've gotten from my own car, doing my own mods, is usually through the club. I don't usually
Mhm.
shop Facebook Marketplace because I know too many guys that, when you go to see the part that was perfect or the wheels and tires that never had a nick in them, I don't know how their photos change. They didn't see all that curb rash. So parts have I've just done through the club. Mike, you remember getting rid of that Stinger exhaust system because I couldn't hear anything, and buying some GT500 mufflers for my car. It's all through the club. But having a marketplace where, and Chris, you know the stuff that's in demand. You know the stuff that people are looking for, and it's a way for, I think, for everybody. Maybe if you can get that name out there, this is where you look first. and then see if locally you can find something in God knows what condition. Is that how does the business model work for that? Do you have to sign up for an account? Is it like an eBay account? How does that work?
So from the parts standpoint, it's
Yeah.
your pretty standard e-commerce setup, right? You can
Okay.
check out as a guest or you can create an account. The unique aspect of it from the auction, so car auctions and parts auctions, is in order to bid, you do need to create an account. But in terms of selling the car, you apply to sell it. There's a whole page on how it works and to break it down step by step, and they're able to apply to sell their car. Then once it's listed, if you want to bid, you create an account, make a bid. If you win, it's a handshake. I basically buyer meet seller, seller meet buyer, and you guys take it from here. And I politely step away. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Did Mike tell you he's thinking of selling his fastback? Mike did you change a battery
That's
in it
John
yet?
talking.
He's been
My Mustangs
Chris.
are paid for. They ain't going anywhere.
Chris, he's been driving Broncos too many hours. We got to get him back behind his Mustang. But is it mostly you see S197, S550? Is that where it's at, or I mean, is it all over the map?
S550 is pretty hot right now on the used
Okay,
market. It's again that price point that I'm kind of going after is that middle of the road. And right now, the 15 to 17 and 18 to 23 cars are that middle of the road.
okay.
There are some real Coyote 11 to 14 cars and even '05 to 10 cars that are cream puffs and really well taken care of. But you're starting to get into a 20-year-old Mustang, and they're kind of the new Fox bodies, right? Like, we all remember it wasn't that long ago when Fox bodies were a dime a dozen, and you can get
Oh,
them for pennies.
Right. So,
And
Chris,
now
so go ahead.
I was gonna say, and now people are restoring them and calling them classic cars, which of course makes me feel very old.
Yeah, the Fox bodies are going for six figures now. And me and John have been talking about it, and we thought the new entry level Mustang was the SN95s, the new
Agreed.
edges. Do you agree to that, or are you seeing a lot of action on the your site with them?
I mean, even if I'd split it down the middle, S and 95. I think
Okay.
I don't want to say bang for the buck, but you're entry level. You're a
Yeah.
teenager, you're 18, 20 years old, you don't have a ton of cash, but you want to get into the Mustang.
Yeah.
You're not willing to go into a payment, you've been saving your money, working hard. You don't want to make a payment, you want to buy it outright. The S and 95 is the easiest way in. I don't know about bang for the buck. I think you can do better bang for the buck, but that's the new Fox body.
Yeah.
well, Chris, maybe you can answer this. A lot of our listeners we all loved S197s when it came out. Both Mike and I jumped in and bought one. But the 4.6 life, as soon as the Coyote came out, the S550 kind of put everybody who was interested in doing a nice little three valve, having some fun with a working on a force, and they're great cars. I mean, I enjoy my car, but the Coyote killed us, and I think that even the S5. I mean, there's so many guys with S550s. Problem, Mike, is when you get somebody with a used S550 and they want to trade it on a dark horse. Some of those puppies have been whipped pretty hard and driven hard and put away wet. I don't
Yeah.
know what they're so modded. They're like Fox bodies were back when the 5.0s were running. Everybody molested those things. You don't know what you were buying when you bought a used Fox that was been touched by
You,
a
you know,
teenager.
I can tell you, from our used car market there, so like for trade-ins and things like that,
Yeah.
when the 550s come in, they usually do not sit on that used car lot more than a week. They are gone. So people are looking for them. Like Chris said, they're trying to come in. It's a good price point for them. They're coming in. They're getting their decent miles on them. And I can't remember the last time we got in a 550 that came in on a trade that lasted more than a week. And it's not going to the auction. People are seeing them off the street and coming in and buying them.
Well, Chris, my local dealer said that when he gets a 550 in on a trade that's been modded, that scares people.
That's true, right? And it takes the right kind of buyer to, just like anything, it's what someone is willing to pay. And I can only do so much digitally, right? I can look at the photos because I'm supposed to vet these people before I
Right.
listen on the site because I'm basically giving them my stamp of approval. I don't have an
Mm-hmm.
army of people, across the whole country to go and inspect these cars and have a modified muscle 180 point inspection. But from the photos, I can do my best, look for witness sparks, check the Carfax, and see how detailed that build list is, see how, did the guy use complete sentences or is it just gibberish? Like you can really size someone up pretty well just in how well that form is filled out. And it's an extensive one. It's like 4 pages. But if you
Really?
fill it out and you really want to sell the car and you want the right dollar amount for it, you want to take it seriously, then let's play ball.
Mike, do you see guys with tunes coming in on trade, or they most people wipe the tune?
No, it's that is true. And John, what you said is exactly like that. Used cars don't really like that. But Chris's the way he's got it set up, they're coming there. Those are the guys who want the performance. They
Right.
want this. They know that that's that market there. Ours is just, hey, it's a used car lot on the street. People are driving by and they might be just an everyday Joe that wants to come in and just get a regular Mustang. And then they see it's all modified. They're like, oh, well, I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that does. Chris's audience absolutely does know what that is,
Okay.
or they wouldn't even be on there. So, like Chris said, it's the audience that you're getting it to. That's where it's going to matter the most.
So, Chris, you're saying that, okay, let's say everybody knows if you're restoring an older Mustang, it's way easier to buy it done than it is to do it yourself. And that's rule number one. So you're saying,
Yeah.
But that's
so
no fun.
let's say you're looking for a modded five. Yeah, shut up, Mike. How long is my? I think my resto is in. I have a '78 Cobra 2 that's I think 15 years right now in resto. Is it pushing 15 years?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
getting
half its
close.
life it's been restored. But Chris, my point is, so if you're looking at, I want to buy a modded 550. I know what I want, but I know it's going to cost money and time to get it out. I could just look on your site. There's probably someone that's ready to move to the next level, and you have a car that would be easier for him just to buy outright and get it done all at once.
For sure. That's the goal, right? That's the goal for someone to want to just take the leap, make it, and pull the trigger right then and there. But the best part is if you are like the guy Mike is talking about, right? You want to buy a stock car from
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike Ray, for
yeah.
example, and then come to Modified Muscle to modify it. I've got parts on the site as well. So I can cater to both groups of people.
Now, Mike, with you guys, when a dealer sells parts or a parts store, they get some tech assistance. And I know the guys over in our Ford Performance Parts area that have to write the instructions. And Chris, you know this as well as I do. When you get the part, it's written by an engineer, and and you don't know when they wrote it. Mike, you know this because they go back to the dealer and they go, "Who? Where is this part? What?" Yeah. But do you, Chris, offer some assistance when you buy a part off you and they don't know or something they don't understand? I mean, is there an email? Or what? How does that work?
Yep, so I have a phone number listed on the site as well as email. You can get me on Facebook, Instagram. Obviously, I do have a day job, so if I can't pick up, I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But I mean, to be honest, I was answering a DM last night at like 12:30, right? Like, because at the end of the day, this emphasis on the passion, the word passion project, emphasis on the passion, right? Like I thoroughly enjoy this, and I was looking for a way to take this to a level where I could capitalize a little bit on it myself, right? And provide a great future for myself and my family. But at the end of the day, I love helping this community. I mean, I see what you guys do day in and day out, and I feel the same exact way. This is an amazing group of people that own these cars or have just simply or owned or
Yeah.
looking to own. Everyone has a Mustang story, and I just love helping people seeing the smile on their face when they get that exhaust in their car or get that wheels and tires and it's sitting just right with the right offset and everything else. Just it makes me very happy.
And John, a lot of people, any of the DIYers, right, with anything, houses, cars, anything like that, they're all tuning into YouTube, right, to try to how-to videos and stuff like that. And Chris's old workmate, Bill Toomas, did tons of videos at CJ Pony telling you
Right.
how to do things and how to put it on there like that. So there's different avenues, I think, with YouTube and different companies like that are showing you how-tos for the parts that Chris sells. I mean, they're going to, he doesn't have to be there to walk them on there. You might be able to refer them to somewhere like that as well to get a visual.
Well, that's for Chris and really for Bill. Bill's been doing videos for so long that he didn't even look like that anymore.
Yeah.
That's like watching one of my SVT training videos from 1995. Different guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
different color hair, huh?
okay, well I can do this blue. But Mike, to Chris's point, you're with running that club and doing the work that you do within Ford and all the crazy stuff that Moxham has done. You're the same. I mean, this is the same cloth that Chris has cut from. Your phone never goes off at 5. It's not off at 10 o'clock at night. I don't know that you've ever gotten home when somebody needs you. And to hear Chris as the business owner of Modified Muscle be able to say, "I'm DMing at 10 o'clock at night." That's a different character than just some business when you call Chris. And Chris, I've dealt with some companies I've called which I shouldn't have dealt with, and when I got the assistance guy, he said, "Hello, this is Bob," and I know it's not Bob. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is true, but we're all enthusiasts. We're all passionate. So,
Right.
within Ford, we always say these are the guys who get it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
our community of who it is. And we don't have ours. Mark Schaller told me that. He said that in front of somebody at one of the things that they were talking about. Like, how do you do this all night long, whatever? And he turned and looked at me and said, he goes, Mike, we don't have ours, do we? And then we're like, we don't. It's just, it's in our blood. It's in our passion. And we're enthusiasts. We're true enthusiasts as car people and Mustang fans and just car fans in general. And so it's not just a textbook person who would be there just trying to, answer your questions from 9 to 5 and then they're done and they'll see you tomorrow and don't take anything home with them. There's no passion with those kind of people.
Well, I hope our listeners, Mike, can see that Chris Cervenka and Modified Muscle is this is a different. This is a different. You got an enthusiast here that he's cut from that same cloth that we all are, and it's not a business for him so much as the passion. And Chris, that always comes through. It always did about you, and I just hope everyone can see that because when they see something online and they see your name associated with it, they know that hey, this is the guy that gets it, as Mike said, and we got to shed some light on this, Mike, because this guy is cooler than I thought.
Yeah, when he first told me the idea, I'm like, how can we help? I want to share it for him. Let's grow his audience and his customers and do anything we can to help you.
Well, when Mike first told me about your idea, I just said, "Is he hiring?"
Hopefully soon, right, Chris? If everything goes right.
Hopefully soon. Let's keep that chart going up
All
and to
right.
the
Well,
right.
you got some marketing might and some. We know a few people, but US 550 guys, if he's got the stuff, I'd go for it. And quit beating up on my little S197. I'm fine. I'm good the way it is. And when I want to, and the only good thing, Chris, is when you get in an S550, it does kind of stretch your skin out when you accelerate. It's really great.
I
You guys
mean, the
got,
same. The 11 to 14 cars too. And I'll tell you what, I've
yeah.
driven a Coyote swapped 05 to 09. It's crazy. The same thing happens. It's the
Yeah.
Coyote, man.
Oh, you
So,
you are
so Chris,
right.
is there any fee to be like a for your site or anything for anybody to join or to like a membership or a subscription based or how does it work for them?
So it's very, very simple. On the auction side, my money is made by the buyer, right? So if someone were to buy a car, I make a commission off of that sale from the buyer. If you want to sell your car, completely free.
Oh
I'll
wow,
be
okay.
honestly, I had a fee up there to kind of weed the people out, but I took the barrier down. Bring
Okay.
them on. I want everyone to join. I want this to be a huge marketplace of cars for people of all ages and all backgrounds to be able to take advantage of. So
And is it only in the US you're dealing with right now?
right now, just the U.S. Correct.
Okay.
So where's the best place they can find info? Should they go to Instagram? Maybe go right to the website. How's the best place to deal with modified muscle?
So we have the website modifiedmuscle.co. We're on Facebook as well, Instagram. Um, I have my own YouTube channel under Chris Cervenka where we do some modified muscle stuff in there. Stay tuned, there's more coming. Um, some cool R&D stuff that I'm pretty excited about here in the next few months. Um, yeah, I mean, just search for it. There's also a Facebook group, Modified Muscle Nation, as well.
Mike, you got a winner there. Chris Cervenka of Modified Muscle, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Mustang Owners Podcast, and we wish you continued success. And Mike, you and I have to go shopping.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chris is always a good pleasure to be around. And guys, if you're looking to do all this, you can trust him. Me and John vouching for him. Absolutely check him out and do some business with Chris.
Chris, thanks again for joining us tonight on the podcast.
You got it. Thank you so much, guys. You all are awesome. Thank you for
And
having
we
me.
thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening in tonight. I hope that was a eye-opening experience for you, Modified Muscle. And all the cool things that Chris is doing with that site and all that great business going on in the Mustang cars and parts business. We just hope that you click that subscribe button, maybe the notifications bell, so that you know the next time we have another podcast getting ready for you. And if you're smart enough to get on our merch store and wear a really cool hoodie like Mike is wearing tonight, if we see you at any event with a Mustang Owners Podcast piece of apparel, guess what? You win a free prize. And Mike, I'm not giving out the information how cool that prize is. But please wear it, because that prize isn't wearing in my pockets, it's wearing out my shorts. So please wear some apparel and catch us next time. And you know the best place to catch us is down the road.